Hello and welcome back to a brand new episode of Noona Talk. I am Zara
And I'm Sophia.
and we have so much to talk about. But before that, happy Valentine's Day. We're so heart themed. I really enjoy that. I know at the time of posting this episode, it's after Valentine's Day, but when we're recording it today is Valentine's Day for both of us in both our time zones, which is great.
Yeah, and
I
we're
think
like
that's
talking to our favorite persons on Valentine's Day, which I think is the most important part.
wait, are you talking about me or our mandus?
You, but you guys as well.
Nice. And we're going to talk a lot more about a story of love, murder, mystery, crime, and certified cutie patooties. But before we get into that, what's going on with you, Sophia? What's happening? Valentine's Day plans? What's been going on in the last 2 weeks since we saw you?
Nothing much. I did have exams. I have one tomorrow. I am trying to get out of my December, January winter slump, which is going really well. I'm trying to. I've tried a new philosophy where I'm trying to not wait for motivation to do things and just do them
Wow.
anyway. And that's really helpful for anyone if you're in a winter slump.
Even if you're not, it doesn't have to be a season specific slump. I don't
Hmm.
think. I've had a terrible 2 weeks. I feel like 2025 cursed. Well, I mean, not cursed, but it's been sad because I was horribly sick. It was just the flu, but still, like, I think as science and medicine is increasing, we're getting sicker for longer and worse. So it was bad. And then because I was sick, I missed my first debut of my race season. I mean, it was only a 10K, but still, like, it was a big 10K. And the running club that I'm a part of, like, everybody was there. Like, there was nearly like 95 people. So I couldn't go participate, which was very disappointing. Don't worry, like this weekend, I do have now my new debut of my race season. So I'm excited for that.
Oh my god, good luck.
But also, I saw Ed Sheeran for the second
Oh
time.
my god, yeah, you met him IRL in person.
Yes, Ed and I are best friends. We hung out, but I also got to watch him in concert. I mean, in totality for the third time, but like the second year in a row. Yeah, especially like we got like the VIP lounge one,
Mhm. Free
which I
stuff.
haven't told my friends about yet. It's a secret. It's a
Oh, when are you
surprise.
telling them? Are you gonna record telling them?
I should.
Oh,
I didn't think about it, but yeah, it's our Galentine's Day tomorrow.
oh no, that's so cute.
Yeah, so for Galentine's, my friends and I watched Ed Sheeran, and I think that's very cute.
That's adorable.
Yeah, and speaking of adorable, we have a very, I don't know, interesting new type of episode that we're doing today. It is the same format as a K drama or K flop, where we watch the first episode of popular K dramas to decide whether or not it's worth investing your time and effort to continue watching it. It's not Korean, it's Thai. And
Okay.
not only is it Thai, it's not a regular Thai drama, it's a Thai BL, which stands for boy love. So
Ooh.
queer. We have explored other languages in East Asia before. We've done a C drama
Mhm.
that was very heterosexual, though. You can go watch it. You can see how we felt about that. But this is new. Is this a good time to confess? Is this a safe space? May I be honest and bold?
Go ahead.
Even though the title says our first Thai BL, it's a little bit of a lie because I have been watching these for a while now.
Yeah, you have your own Instagram page, which everyone, I guess, can follow. You can plug it in the comments. Zara is the queen of Thai BLs and keeps up with everything that's happening, has visited the concert, fan meet. Like,
Yeah.
she's super into it. So, yeah, I think it's my first Thai BL, let's just say.
Hours together.
Mhm.
So it's Noona talks first, but so yes, I have been watching BLs for a while, especially Thai BLs. I do have my own like a separate Instagram page, which is just like cash and fun and cute, where I just get to repost photos, which is honestly what it's all about. And I'm here for the intense marketing of BLs and like the entire like structure around it because it's so unusual to anything else that happens. But
Mhm.
we'll talk more about that, I think, towards the end. Before we talk about that, okay, what show are we watching today?
We are watching The Heart Killers.
All the hearts.
Yeah, Hearts. So I'm not familiar with the actors, but I did read the, I guess, the Google summary, which is about tattooist Kant, okay, philosopher, was a
Mm.
spy for the police. When he starts to investigate a pair of gunman brothers, he finds that one of them is a one night stand he hasn't been able to forget. Two assassins own a hamburger shop. Khan goes and focuses his efforts on charming Bison into giving up information. Oh no, this is giving me too much of the story already. Let's like
That
go
is
watch
true.
it.
Yeah. I feel like let's watch it. The two ships in this are first Cow and Jungdang. If these are ships that you care about, go like stick around. And even if they're not, learn something new.
Okay, let's go watch.
ผมจะช่วยคุณได้เริ่มต้นชีวิตใหม่กับผมเองชีวิตที่เราจะได้ดูแลกันที่ไม่ใช่แค่คำสัญญา
I feel like so much happened.
Before we get into it, I have like before anything else,
I'm
I
ready.
just want to say that I love you and I want to support your journey of Thai BLs. But if the only place they're available is freaking drama cool, where I have to like click 13 times for the thing to start, and then if I want subtitles, I have to click another 14 times, and then if I want to like, I don't know, expand it to full screen, another 15 times. Oh my god, I cannot do this. Guys, let's just pay for Netflix.
Yeah, there is big dedication required for this. However, they are available on YouTube
Okay.
as well for
Okay.
free, but I have heard rumors about this, and like a lot of people have commented about this, especially GMM TV. All of their shows are up on YouTube, not permanently, but they are around for at least a couple of years, so you can catch up. I This is unconfirmed, but a lot of people have said this, that the YouTube versions of the episodes don't have everything. Like they
Oh,
have to cut things due to
censorship.
copyright issues, maybe some level of censorship, yeah, maybe some types of monetization. So
Is there
that's
less
why
booty grabbing in the YouTube version?
I don't think so. I have watched watched their episodes on YouTube for a while, and I've never noticed anything. But people say this, so I just didn't want to take a chance. I was like, let's just stick to drama. Cool.
I also want to say, like, as this is my first Thai BL, in comparison to K dramas, it's so spicy. Like, they're like so out there and doing things, and like, it's not just like one awkward kiss at the end of the series, which makes you want to never kiss anybody ever. Like, it's such a interesting change.
This is an outlier even for Thai BLs. Like, not all of them are this level of spiciness. Not all of them are this level of spiciness this early into the season. Like, this is episode one. The spice level usually is not like this. But I think generally MLM concepts, you're more you're allowed to be more free sexually, I believe. Okay, do you want to talk about like what the
Okay.
first episode
Yeah,
had?
let's begin. First of all, one of the guys, don't know his name, looks like Taman. Like I was like, oh my god, Taman, like how many jobs do you have?
Yeah, and the best part is, I when I was watching the show, I said to you that there's this guy who looks so much like Hobie to me.
So we start by like the actual crime. Like it's like this man who picks a hooker, and like I guess their way of being romantic together is like massage and karaoke. And then the waiter comes in with the food, and the waiter is his accomplice, and they kill this guy, and he's like a kingpin or some mafia person. I think you should narrate it. I'm just like this guy, that guy.
Okay, so we meet Bison and Fardell, who are essentially brothers for the sake of the story. They aren't, but they've been adopted by the same woman.
Oh.
So Fardell and Bison are brothers who are working as hitmen, and they have their own. We don't know yet, but it seems like they work for a crime syndicate. They're definitely involved in some type of crime. Meanwhile, Kant runs into Bison. No names are exchanged. How and like they hit it off, sparks fly, and they do
Okay,
end up.
I have so one thing to say about this. They meet at a bowling alley, and
Hmm.
Bison is just bowling on his own, and then Khan goes up to him because his friend is. He's like, I find him cute, and then Bison just up and leaves. Like this guy solo made a plan to go to the bowling alley to bowl, and then this guy comes and hits on him, and he's like, okay, yeah, let's just go to a hotel. Like, didn't you have plans, bro?
I don't think he did, because I think this. I mean, it's not expressly said or anything, but I think this was his like cool down after committing crime. Like this is the
Ah,
decompression.
he does mention that he wants to like hang around.
So he does want to take a break. And he and Fardell have been talking about this for a while, as it seems that Fardell keeps saying that we can't take a break, we can't like live our lives casually anymore, whereas Bison wants to take a break from the being a hitman and living the life on the lam. They both run a burger joint as their like daylight
And it's
jobs.
called Hardburger.
It is called Heartburger, and it's really cute. And they seem to be the only employees, which I find very suspect. Like, how are two people running this big a burger joint? But
I
it's
mean,
fine.
you can. Clearly, they're not very good at it.
Yeah, because it's not their like main job.
Side gig, side
We're
hustle.
also introduced. We're also introduced to Style, who is Kant's best friend. Style is a mechanic. Style and Fadal have a fender bender.
Fender
Have
bender.
a fender bender on the side of the road, and that's where they interact for the first time with each other. And immediately Fadal's really negative and really angry and aggressive, and Styles like, I could help fix your car up because I am a mechanic, as
Mm.
established. We go back to Kant and Bison having the time of their lives together, but Bison then dips out on Kant, and Kant is like, sad, but what can you do? And then he's approached by this actor called Peter, who is a white man. And if you have watched any Thai shows or anything of Thai media ever, this white man has shown up. He is in
Yeah, I was
every
curious.
advert.
I was like, who's he? Why is he
He's called
there?
Peter, and he is beautiful, and he has what, as I can understand from interviews, flawless Thai.
Okay.
And he plays a police chief, and Kant has had a lot of misdemeanors in his past, and the police chief says basically, we'll scrub your record clean if you act as a spy for us and infiltrate these two gunmen, these two hitmen, and figure out what's going on. And surprise, the two hitmen are Bison and Fadel. While it seems like Bison's ready, he wants this with Kant, and he wants to live a regular life, and he wants to give up on his life of crime and living the secret life. He's like, if Fadal's not in, then I'm not in. And the only way to get Fadal in is Style. And I think that's it. That's all that we really get to see from the first episode. This series is now complete. So
Okay.
if you do want to go watch this after our review now, I think now is a great time. In
Hmm.
fact, I think it finished just this week,
Oh, what a great time.
right?
I didn't realize it was that recent.
It is, it is. So, do you want to get into pros and cons?
Yeah.
Let's go for pros.
Um, it's just, I think the biggest pro is the speed of the story, and like it's very logically connected. Like at no point I'm like, what's happening? No, it's like all making sense, and the building is like really seamlessly done. Whoever's like writing and directing this like knows what they're doing, and you would assume that's a bare minimum of any drama that you watch, but like that's clearly not the
We have
case.
a playlist of K drama or K flops that will say otherwise.
Yeah, exactly. So like, yeah, I think the story is very seamlessly written. You're like grab like within the first 5 minutes, I'm like, okay, what's next? Okay, this is happening now. He's meeting him. Like you're already connecting the dots as it's going on, and I think that's really
Absolutely agree. I feel like there are, of course, very obvious plot holes that they've left, but that's just to create intrigue and mystery. Like
cool.
it's very like evident that these two are not real brothers. But why are they doing this? Who are they working for? What is the end goal? And if they are calling themselves brothers, why, what is the reason behind it? Why is, and like what are these misdemeanors because of which Kant has agreed to this? What is his background? How will, like, all of that? And like I think individual storylines as well, because if they are calling themselves brothers, Bison and Fadal, but they're still like personality types are completely different. So what has led to this difference in behavior? I think it's just like very clever plot holes to keep you intrigued and hooked so that you do come back to watch the later episodes to like
Hmm.
find out more.
I mean, I wouldn't even call it a plot hole. It's like obviously the background and all of those things is something you do get into later on in the series. But it's like, yeah, they're like questions that they already posed for you to like.
Something I loved, and if you do end up following me on Thai BLs, you will notice that I have talked about this in the past as well. I loved how intricately and carefully thought out the styling for all four characters was. It was so phenomenally done, where Fardell and Bison had polar opposite styles, where Fardell was extremely monochromatic, extremely dry, because that was his personality, whereas Bison was a stark contrast with like really shiny material, also like satin shirts and really bright accessories. And then because he and Kant get along, so Kant then had very complementary styles to him. I mean, it was a very dapper Dan 50s take on it, but which I love, but it was complementary. And then to show that how Style and Fardell will have maybe an enemies to lovers arc, or maybe like a bickering to lovers arc. So they then again have differentiating styles.
Hmm.
So I think it just adds like costuming is such an easy way to add depth and thought to
Yeah.
your characters, and this show really does that.
Also, I think another big pro is just Kant. Like, he's so hot, so cute. Oh my god, tattoo artist.
I mean, this should technically go in the cons, but I hate the fake tattoos that they put on them.
I don't even.
I really, okay, I hate it so much. And it's not just this BL, I hate them in all BLs. The tattoos are always those horribly like airbrushed, or like the sticker one that they've got on, where but the thing is, that they have the budget to just literally put, if you just put some foundation on top of it, or like some like skin colored powder on top of it, it
Hmm.
will immediately age it and make it look like a real tattoo. It bothers me so much when they like half ass it on such a small thing.
Yeah, I think the acting was good. I think everyone kind of fit their roles, and I like it. Just, I think I just keep going back to the story. It kept me engaged. Like, the settings kept changing. Like, there was enough diversity. Like, there was no boring parts. Like, there were no
Hmm.
like, oh, they were all snooze first, forward, forward. Like, it was all like very well put together. I like that.
I think we've talked about this in the past as well, where there's always the first episode curse, where there's so many plot lines to map out, and there's so much like world building that they have to do, that it gets draggy at some points. It gets boring. I don't think this show had that. Like, I think it was very evident from the get go that they had a very strong storyline that they wanted to push out, and they had to get the ball rolling. And the pacing was really phenomenal. Something that I do want to add, I don't know if this is necessarily pro or con, but Pepper is one of the actors in this who's in the side role. He plays the role of Keen, Pardell and Bison's mother's assistant. And in absolutely devastating news, Pepper is no longer a GMMTV actor, which is very sad, because the way that I have been waiting for Pepper to become like a main lead.
I thought you were gonna say
But
Pepper's dead or something.
no, he is not dead. I love him. If you are a BL watcher, or like want to get more into this, it's called We Are, and Pepper plays the role of Beer in it. And honestly, I started watching the show because Beer was so good. Like, such a good friend. It's again a side role, but like such a good friend. If anybody out there is like, how can I be a better friend? Learn from Beer. Do you have any cons? Is it time to get spicy into cons? I have a con. I do.
Okay.
And I think Dunk is a really bad actor.
Which one is Dunk?
Dunk is the guy who played Style, Kant's best friend, the
Hmm.
tiny waist. I think he is beautiful. I think all of them, I think all four of them are very, very beautiful people. And I think one of the big reasons why I started watching Thai BLs is because my big like problem with K dramas was like, why am I investing time in not good looking people? And that like paid out in spades. But I think putting him against incredible actors like First and Cow, it's been more pronounced. I have watched him in a series before this where I didn't think he was that bad. I just figured, it's a process. You don't have to be the best actor in your first thing out. This show really put it into perspective that he's not that good.
One of my cons is that I don't know if I like Fadl's character. Like, there's something about it that's like very stereotypical. Like,
Hmm.
it's
Hmm.
just, I don't like. I think every other character has some level of complexity in it, and I'm sure like there are like so many episodes later things might change. But like, as of the first episode, I just didn't like care for it. I was like, you could do more with it, except it was a very stereotypical, like, angry criminal vibe. Like, be more interesting, I guess.
Yeah, no, I understand what you mean. And it's a hard watch. I think anytime these like old 90s, 80s versions of men are portrayed in today's day and age of media, it's just like, why?
Mm,
So you're right. I mean, I do think because there are, I think, 12 episodes. So there's 11 more to go, and that's 11 hours to make him seem like a nice person at some point and make us want to root for him. Right now, I don't.
I don't even, he doesn't even have to be nice. He doesn't have to be more rooted for. He just doesn't have to be the basic stereotype. Like, make it more complex. Give it more, like,
Yeah.
personality.
No, I agree. And I think, and because of these two things, because of Fadal's character, maybe right now not being the most engaging,
Mm.
and Dunk's acting as style not being the best out of all of them, it really sort of propels then First Cow's thing of Kant and Bison being the best. Like, all my eggs are in this basket
Yeah,
only.
yeah. Like, I genuinely, I mean, I think the initial thing was cute, like the bickering and all of that. Like, I enjoyed how the plot was set up, but something about them themselves, they couldn't keep it going for me. But like, yeah, Kant and who's
Bison.
Bison, like, yeah, like I'm sold into that relationship for sure.
Another con, and I don't know if this is, I don't think this is specifically, I think this is just a Thai BLs con for me, where I don't like character names like this. Like, I'm sorry, how are you called Bison?
Isn't that like a Thai thing in general, though?
It is. It is. A lot of them, a lot of people, actually, no, all of the people in Thailand are born with and named extremely long names with which often are referential towards family, towards God, towards their royal family. There's some or the other like massive connection. Even Bangkok itself, the city, has a much more longer reverential name which doesn't get used and is called Bangkok instead. So a lot of them then people just get nicknamed a
Mm,
name that's easier, which is true for all of these actors. Like Jung Dunk are not their actual names. First
yeah.
and Khao again, that it's not their actual names. Actually, no, I think Khao Tang's name is just that.
Okay.
But yeah, that's a rare example. But everybody else does go by nicknames. It's a very typical thing. Do you have any other cons? I think this is the least amount of cons we've ever had.
Yeah, yeah. I don't think I have many.
Do you have
I
any?
have cons about drama cool, but you know.
Viewing Thai BLs is a struggle. Like, I
Mm.
mean, like I said, GMM TV at least puts them all on YouTube. So it is a more convenient viewing thing. It splits it up into 4 episodes and you watch it like you would the regular TV show, like with the ad break. A lot of other like Wabi Sabi, like they all don't do it on YouTube. So you do really just have to depend on pirating or buying subscriptions. And imagine buying another subscription in 2025. I'm so done. I'm so done with subscriptions.
We need TV back at this point.
Honestly, yeah, bring cable back. I don't need VOD anymore. I'm okay. Is it a Thai BL or is it a Thai flop?
I would say it's a Thai beer. Like honestly, I want to continue watching it on a better platform. But yeah, I want to know what's happening. Like it kept me going. Nothing about it felt like I didn't want to watch it. In fact, I was like, thank you for this recommendation. Like this is very interesting. And not like nothing was over the top, and I really like that. Like there was no forced comedy, there was no forced romance. There was okay, one con was that there was like bit of like always tension, and then they have to be close to each other's face and like talk intensely while being close to each other's face, which is like okay, talk normally. But other than that, yeah, I'm super invested. Like what happens? How do they get together? How do they like? Do we find out who they're working for? What did like Khan do in the past?
Hmm. Yeah, there's a lot of open-ended questions. But yeah, for obviously for me, this is a Thai BL. Like no question about it. The list of cons that we had already was so short. They had me hooked from like the word go. I think there was a lot to love about this. Something that I do want to add, which is neither good or bad, I think is just something if you are new to this world, I think it's interesting to know.
Mm-hmm.
But all Thai BLs encourage their actors to sing. And OSTs of the Thai dramas are often sung by the actors themselves.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So currently, the theme song is sung by the actors themselves.
Oh,
And
that's
I'm
so
sure as
interesting.
we go further into the episodes, like the individual ships themselves, like First Cow and Jungdang, will also end up having their own ship song. And speaking of ships, this is what I was talking about at the beginning of the episode, which I find fascinating about Thai BLs, that everyone is paired as a ship, and then all their marketing, all their work, all like not just in terms of the acting, but also like advertising, anything aside from work, there it's always done in that ship.
Hmm.
So it puts a lot of pressure on you. B, I mean, actually, no. B, would the pressure be gone because it's a person you've known for a while and you only work with them?
Hmm.
So you're more
So
comfortable?
this is like a concept in even Filipino media. I was reading about it. They call it like a love team, and it's something similar. And it's not limited to BLs. It's for all media where couples get paired up, and then throughout their lives, all the movies, TV advertisements, anything that they do is with each other. And yeah, it's like a standard practice apparently.
What would you like if you were to ever become an actor? What would you like? Would you want a love ship, or would you want to be an independent actor?
I mean, I guess it depends on the industry, right? Like, if that is how the industry works, then I guess you kind of have to do that. And the other interesting thing is that they have to also pretend to be romantically involved with each other IRL. So they're not like they do date and stuff, but they don't do it in front of the public. Like, all of that is hidden because you have to like fake a real relationship. My question is, it's not even to them and whether they were doing it, but as an audience, why? Why do you believe that?
Okay, the way that I have been cancelled on my other Instagram account for asking that exact question. But yeah, no, in Thai dramas, as far as I can tell, even though you are paired together and you do all your work, including advertising together, there is of course fan service. So there's never explicit confirmation that they are together, but there is suggestions, heavy implications. There is hand holding, and as we know, if two men hold hands, then they are in love, or other things. Like they will up, like, if somebody's like, oh, introduce us to your boyfriend, and they're like, my boyfriend, giggle, giggle, while looking at your like partner. That's what I mean. Like, that's heavy implication, that's flirting, that is. And of course, I'm sure like a lot of them must actually genuinely be friends off camera.
Yeah,
I
of
think that's
course.
unavoidable. So they do have some level of a relationship, if nothing else.
And like a lot
um
of people also do end up dating their co-stars even in like Bollywood, Hollywood, like any other media state. Like it's like dating your coworker. It's not that crazy.
That is true. However, here, like, we can't assume that they are all queer. Like, a lot of, I'm assuming, heterosexual men are also going in an attempt to just start actually are queer and looking to date. But we never know. I mean, you never know. You can't assume people's sexuality. And I think that also happens, like, with fan service and the fact that there are actors willing to do this. People just assume that they have to be gay,
Hmm.
and have to be queer. They don't. They're getting paid. If somebody paid me to be gay, I would. Like, I mean, why is that even a question? And the kind of money, they're not even getting like less money. Like, it's not like, small change. They're getting huge amounts, and it's a career.
Yeah.
So it's not that big a deal to kiss like the same sex on screen. But yeah, I do think it's really interesting. And you're right. Why do people believe it? Why do people angry, aggressive over it? But do you think, okay, I know you enjoyed this and you were like, oh, thanks for the rec. But would you have enjoyed this if it was a, a heterosexual K drama?
Depends on how it would be made.
So, I like basically the BL or the Thai aspect of it. I'm just wondering, like, if that influenced your interest or.
Not really. Like I've seen Thai dramas generally. Like I watch like all language dramas. I don't think I'm limited to like just K dramas or just whatever. Like right now I am watching a Chinese drama, an English
Oh,
drama,
yeah.
and of French reality shows. So, like it's all there. Like I don't think language really plays much of a part. Like of course the culture does keep changing based on the language that it's based on and the audience it's for. And I kind of think what I do enjoy is the style. I think K dramas have a very typical style of filming, writing, comedy, romance. Like all of those tropes are like we did an episode on K drama tropes because those are very hard set tropes for a reason. and
Hmm.
I kind of I like enjoy watching things that are not just the only trope. So I think that aspect of it was nice, but other than that, I think it was just a well-made show, regardless of whether it was Thai or a BL or whatever.
Yeah, no, I don't think that language makes a big difference for me either. Like, I think we're depending on subtitles either ways, so that really doesn't make a difference. I have said before that one of the big reasons I watch Thai BLs is because there is a very large guarantee that everyone's extremely good looking. So if I'm putting in an hour a week, I need to get some eye candy in that. Okay, I'm not just here for the plot, which and that definitely I think comes through in the Thai BL, especially this one. I do feel like there's a lot more in Thai culture. I think K dramas, you're right, reflect their own specific culture, which is a lot more rigid. Like, I feel like
Mhm.
it comes off very rigid in traditionality, which is a great look and a great perspective to have. It's not something I personally enjoy, which is why I think like the relaxed atmosphere that I feel like comes from Thai dramas has been more enjoyable for me. And also, I feel like I've just been to Thailand so many times; it's a lot more familiar, like places, names, even in terms of cultural like things like what they eat. And I mean, to be fair, I eat a lot of Korean food as well, but like I've just never been to South Korea yet, so maybe it's just not as familiar to me, whereas like Thailand, I've gone so much, but I'm just like, yeah, I know the street, yeah, I could take it there. So that was our review of Heart Killers. What did you think? Did you watch the show? Are you going to watch it based on this? Do you watch other Thai BLs? And if you have any suggestions or recommendations for us to watch any other, like I think there's a lot that we haven't seen in Taiwanese, there's
Mhm.
Japanese, lot of E sounds suddenly coming out of my mouth. But yeah, if you have any recommendations, drop them in the comments below, or you can always DM us on our Instagram at NoonaTalk, exactly like it sounds, double O. Okay, it's not NU. A lot of people out there being like, I tried looking you up or and spell it NU. No, we're NOO.
I just want to warn you, if you're looking for cute boys, then Japanese shows are not where they're at.
Yeah, no, they may be cute, but they're often distracting by their distract. No, like
Also,
I'm distracted by the terrible hair.
yeah.
But it's okay. I mean, and I'm okay to watch an episode if the mandus need it. I can do it. I can struggle through that. And
Mhm.
I've watched Japanese shows in the past, so like it's the worst things have happened. I once watched a Ranveer Singh movie, so worst things
That
happen.
also had terrible hair.
We will be back in exactly 2 weeks with a brand new episode. Will it be a K drama, K pop? Will it be completely different like we did this time? Go
Would it
outside
be
the
a
box.
Thai musician that we